whether it's Wiggy, Matt Light, Rob Ninkovich, Ty Law, whenever you guys talk about the glory days and the Patriot Way, you talk about the player accountability and how it was players keeping each other accountable. It had nothing to do with coaching, and that's what we were lacking the last couple of seasons. There were no players that would keep the rest of the team accountable. There were no players that would maybe scare other players into wanting to be better or wanting to perform. And I found that Steph Diggs after the game yesterday said something that could indicate that the Patriot Way is all the way back. Here's what he had to say.
Part of camaraderie, guys really pulling for each other. It's not fake out there. You want guys to play well. You want the guys around you to play well. Throwing those extra blocks and doing all that, I think it goes a long way, especially from the receiver position. Like guys out there really trying to spring the running backs for yards. And we super hard at each other. I think the accountability is there. Coming from when a guy, doesn't get as many yards or does this, like we all hold each other accountable, and we built that standard. So I think that's the biggest thing.
Man, what a delight he has been.
I was just going to say, Greg, we were served a narrative about this guy, and we've talked about it before on this show, and it just couldn't be further than the truth of what the player that we have in front of us. Now, talk to me in 5 years. Things may change. I don't know. But the player we have right now is not the player that everybody both locally and nationally told us he was going to be. And it's a credit to the players in the locker room. It's a credit to Mike Vrabel. We asked him about it last week, about what has changed, what has made this team so special. And he talked about putting certain guys in that locker room. That's what changed.
It is the beauty of his soul, and Cardi B saw it before any of the rest of us did, really.
You're so right.
I mean,
you're so right.
Is it the story that he changed, not that we were sold the wrong story?
Sure, yeah. And maybe Mike Vrabel had something to do with that.
Or that Mike Vrabel could see the potential there that other coaches couldn't. I just think, maybe he changed from who he was with the Bills or with other teams. But I don't necessarily think he came here and during training camp was all of the sudden now this completely different person in the regular season. And I think that there was a lot of narrative about how he was a pain in the butt. He was a headache for the coaching staff or a headache for his teammates.
But to be fair, that narrative had already sort of changed when he was in Houston. Because C.J. Stroud talked very positively.
Well, Josh Allen talked positively about him, too, when he wasn't there anymore.
But I'm saying when he was at training camp here, that narrative